What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody out there? This is a Sober Gang Experience podcast where we dive into the complex world of addiction and its path to recovery. I am your host, Mr. Show Out TV, and this is my platform where we try to inspire and motivate people in addiction. So if you clicked on this video right here, that means you're trying to get educated in your addiction, or maybe you're just trying to watch some great addiction content. Because let me tell you, we got everything you need right here on this podcast. There's no need to go anywhere else. Today, we're going to break down Jamie Lee Curtis and Drew Barrymore, Past Addiction. This finna be inspirational and motivational if you out there and you battling addiction right now. We go jump right into it.
And he was going there and just a nightmare, disrupting everything, yelling, crying, all kinds of stuff, running out to the car.
So if this y'all first time to the channel, I would love for you all to go watch the recent interviews or the latest videos we did back in the day with Richie also. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up?
I can't call it, man. It's another beautiful day.
I have a way of navigating my way through triggers, but in the process of recovery, I've picked up a lot of tools and I've latched on and jumped in the back pockets of people with more experience in recovery. And when I have those triggers, I pick up tools.
Now, this is Mr. Show Out TV, my podcast, where we talk about addiction, and we try to come up with solutions. We try to come up with ways that we can actually help people that is battling addiction. Yes. I just love that intro. I love that intro. It just gets me so excited because this is going to be a great, exciting show. Today is Monday. I hope you guys all had a great and wonderful weekend. And I also hope that you stayed maintaining your sober and your sobriety. I hope you guys stay sober and clean over the weekend. I have a very special broadcast today. We will be sharing some video clips of Drew Barrymore and Jamie Lee Curtis. They're going to be discussing their past addiction. So I hope out of this video, you guys will get inspired and get motivated. If you are in your recovery right now, or you in your sobriety right now, this is a very, very special little broadcast that I'm doing for you guys. But let me introduce myself. I am a person in long-term recovery. I'm almost 3 years clean and sober. I decided to create the Sober Gang Experience podcast to inspire and motivate people in addiction. When I say Sober Gang, we are not affiliated with any gang, any organized gang, you guys. Right. We are not affiliated. We are not affiliated with any colors. When I say Sober Gang, that formally mean that we are a gang united to inspire and motivate people, in which I have interviews from people all around the world. They come on my platform and we discuss addiction. We discuss solutions and we try to help those in addiction. But today, you guys, I would love for you to make sure. Y'all got to make sure now. Y'all got to get excited. I'm excited. It's Monday. I hope you guys are excited. This is not a Debbie Downer type of show at all, because y'all know, I like to keep it hyped up. You know what I mean? But this is the channel, y'all, where y'all can just unwind, relax, have a great time. So I would love for you guys to go get your popcorn ready. Go pull up a pop of some, a soda or some water, or whatever it is you need to do to unwind with, because we finna share these video clips. But first, I need you guys to do this. Participate with me. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you. See how they work out. I would love for you guys to take the time out right now and give this video a thumbs up. Press the like button and give this video a thumbs up. That will help our videos get played more in the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to press that subscribe button. The subscribe button is free. So just press the subscribe button and click all for all notifications so you can get notified whenever I drop new content. And we finna get into it, you guys. Let's go.
Whole life, it held me back because I knew that I couldn't surrender to something nor give it up. It was like that definition of insanity. You do the same shit over and over again.
expecting a different outcome. How many of us go through that? We do the same stuff over and over again, expecting a different outcome. And we always tell each other, I need my congregation, I need my people out there that are going to be watching, and I also need my viewers. A lot of times we go through that. Us in recovery, we tell our friends, we tell our family members, this is my last time. This is the last time I'm done. 3-4 days later, we're doing the same thing. That is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. Let's continue.
Expecting a different result. I was a complete prisoner of my own behavior. And finally, 3.5 years ago, I was like, I can't do this anymore. It doesn't work for me. I'm never going to be that cool girl with the glass of wine at the party. Like, I'll want 3 bottles. Like, that's just my personality.
Exactly. Did y'all hear how she said that? She'll never be the cool girl at the party that just can take one drink. A lot of us, I know myself. I'm talking to myself, you guys. Listen, I could never do that. Because when I start drinking, and I know a lot of you guys can probably relate to me when I say this, when we start, we flip on a light switch in our brain. Oh, the party is on. The party is on. Because when I start something, it is very, very detrimental to me. When I started, you guys, it is hard for me to stop. It's like a light switch flip on in my head, and I'm all in. I'm down. I'm all in. And I got to go until everything is done. To everything done. And that can also, that there is a big old thing that we do when we in our addiction. Because when we start, it's hard for us to stop. Let's continue.
It's my addiction. And when I finally let go of that, it made me realize that I was capable of great change, that I totally rebelled about. I was like, I will master this toxic behavior of mine. As if I could, I just did not think I could ever stop. That was a hamster wheel I'd be on my whole life.
Was that something that you had that aha moment yourself? Did you feel
I always knew it.
In your life push you towards that? Because
all of the above.
Yeah.
All my friends were mirrors. They were like, this is not working. They said it for decades. I said I knew it for decades. And I just thought, I don't know why. I know I'm going to master this one day. And finally, I just gave it up. So
yeah, when we in our recovery and when we in our addiction, when we are in our addiction, a lot of times we know that we are hurting our bodies. We know that we are hurting ourselves. We know this. We know exactly what we doing ain't right. Because after we take all these drugs and after we inject these stuff into our arms, after we pop these pills, after we snort that cocaine and drink all this alcohol, depression sets in. Now we all go through that. After that hangover, after that high, depression sets in. We get to thinking about life. Like, what is up with me? Like, why I can't stop this? We all think about that. And we also, I know for me, I'm speaking for me, I know I used to always think that, you know what, you guys, man, this is it. You know what I mean? I never just mustered up the energy to do it until it was time. When it was time for me to get myself together. Now, a lot of you guys out there, if you battling with your addiction right now, in your head, maybe you just ain't ready. Maybe you just ain't ready. But you need to get ready because tomorrow is not promised to you. Tomorrow is not promised to you. That last high, that last drink, that last snort, that last shooting up in your vein can be your very last day. A lot of people out here are mixing these drugs with this fentanyl and it's killing people rapidly and instantly. So I'm telling you guys out there, try to make today your last day. Try to make today your last day. Let's continue.
that has led me to believe people can change, because I wouldn't change for decades. Like 4 decades, I went, drinking or less. I don't know, 3.5. I'm terrible with math. so many years that like the narrative was for me is this has a hold over you. You will never break this cycle. You are a prisoner of your own weakness. And every time that you fuck up in life, it has to do with this. You don't like yourself. And you're probably going to be stuck in that for the rest of your life because you won't give it up.
And how many times how a lot of you guys felt like that? Let's be real. We feel like we are prisoner. We feel like we trapped. We feel like we caged in. We feel like the world just do not understand this addiction. We feel lonely. We feel vulnerable. We feel no happiness at all. It could be a dark place when you're in that addiction, you guys. It can be a very lonely and dark place. We have to muster up the energy. We let down all regards to self-values. A lot of times you go out there and do some of the unthinkable things just to get the money to get high. We be a prisoner to this addiction. As long as we are a prisoner to this addiction, it have us. It have us it just have its grips around us, and it's hard to let go. Let's continue.
Because you keep telling yourself one day you'll master this. And the last 3.5 years have been so awesome and so great. And I don't have any hangups with it. Again, I don't work a program. I pour people drink. I have alcohol in my house. It's just finally became a confident decision. So I think once a cheater, not always a cheater. I think, can you ask yourself though, if you're with somebody that cheats, if they can change is second, can you ever get over it?
Right.
Even if that person changed, will the past just haunt you and torture you and be in the room with you for life? Then don't be in that relationship because you'll just keep punishing that person and yourself regardless of their change.
Yeah. So
if you really can't ever get over it, it doesn't matter if that person's going to change or not because you will bring it into the future. But I do believe people can one day say, I've been stuck in a shitty cycle that I'm totally aware of. And for whatever reason, I convinced myself it would fix itself one day. And you have to do that hard, crazy work of just switching it. And sometimes maybe you're just so sick of yourself that you finally let go, or it's a really challenging thing and you struggle and sweat and scream through the whole thing. Yeah. Whatever it is, I know people are capable of change.
I love the way she put that together. Because we got to look at it like this. A lot of us are capable of change. A lot of us are capable of reversing the cycle we are going through, right? But we have to want it. That's one thing that she said. You have to want it. This recovery do not fall out the sky, you guys. It ain't nothing that's gonna walk right up to you and be like, hey, you recovered. It don't happen like that. Let's just be real. You have to get up off your ass and go out there and want to do this. You have to want to do it for yourself first. When you're tired of being sick and tired, when you're tired of going through the same situation, when you're tired of just feeling like the world and everything else around you is just, you done lost everything. You probably done lost your family. You probably done lost your kids. Probably done lost cars, jobs, friendship. And you on the verge of losing your damn mind. When you feel like that, you guys, it's time. The time is now. Stop procrastinating. Stop putting it off. Well, I'm gonna start next week. I'm gonna start next Monday. No, start today. Time waits for no man. Time waits for no woman. Today is the time. Today is the time. Check out the resources in your community right now today. If you don't have a phone, go try to find a cell phone from somebody and ask them, hey, you know what? I don't mean to bother you today, but can you Google some rehabs or facilities in my area? When you're trying to do better for yourself, people would not hesitate to help you out. They'll love to help you out when they know that you are trying to actually do something to better yourself. But you got to put in the work. And you gotta want to do it. Because this do not just happen all out of the sudden. You got to want to do this. That's the part about it. And you're gonna have to, it's a lot of leg work. It's a lot of leg work. You have to be willing and you have to sacrifice. In order to do this, y'all gonna have to sacrifice a lot of things. But the outcome overweighs that getting high sensation. This recovery is way better. That's a high that you will love for the rest of your life.
Right. And I've definitely seen people who don't seem to want to make that change as much as they talk about it. And it's always action over words. In fact, the less you talk about it and just do it, the better. My best friend, Nan, always had this saying that I love so much: insecurity is loud, confidence is quiet. So just do it and shut up about it.
Yeah.
So we've had somebody.
It's a good way to, we were told that.
Just recently say that on our podcast.
Really?
Too.
Yeah. That's very
It's
funny. He's from Southern Charm, a
reality show.
Yeah, Bravo TV show.
Yeah, I
They said
know
the
it.
same thing. Yeah. But no, you're talking about evolution and change, and Rio's talking about TikTok. You're on TikTok. I feel like we see great
love
videos. You love
TikTok.
TikTok. One of our
I'm so into it because it's like goofy central.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Depends on what side you're on.
It is. It
you
really
can find
does.
yourself on a bad
You
side
can-
of TikTok.
You can.
How so?
Like, if it's on your For You page, like you can go down a hole where like you just get bad, like my TikTok changes all the time, my algorithm, where I'll get fed
Yeah.
like really just haunting TikToks where I'm like, you know what, this is messing with my head. And then the next day, it's all food recipes. And I'm
Yes.
like
Right.
having a great time.
I want cleaning
and then the
and
next day it's like
household and
puppies.
decor.
It
Yes.
just
I don't want-
changes all the time.
I don't want abandoned dogs. And
No, I don't
sometimes
want
I
that.
get like human trafficking.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh my God.
Or I get like just really dark. Like I don't even want to go down the path.
But a lot of what I do get is creators, and they do like a day in the life, and they're in New York City and they live these awesome lives. But I wanted to ask you, if you had TikTok throughout your life, what would a day in the life 15, at 25, and at 35
Okay,
look
that's
like?
fun. I'd be curious to ask you the same question back. 15.
I would also love to tell you guys, if you're brand new to this show right now, I would love for you guys to take the time out to give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel, because every week I do weekly uploads. Every week, Mondays and Tuesdays, I do weekly uploads and I do interviews from people all around the world. So I would love for you guys to engage with us every week. We're trying to inspire and motivate people in addiction. And if you guys would love to check me out on TikTok, you can also find me on TikTok at Sober Gang Experience. So go check me out.
Like really asking myself, did I want to keep trying to be in films? Because I was totally blacklisted. I'd gotten out of an institution, was not welcomed, like not because anybody was mean or cruel, but it was just it was a fun ride.
Yeah.
You're done. And I had to ask myself, like, did I really want to fight and prove to myself that I wanted to be here? And the answer was a really genuine yes. Like, it was my love. It was my passion. It's what my family has done since the silent films and theater and into the talkies. Like, I feel a genetic cosmic pull, and I love storytelling, and I love it. And that was a really cool revelation for me, that I love what I do and I'm not doing it for anyone else or for the wrong reasons. That was 15. 20?
25.
25.
We're
Oh
going
my
by
God.
tens.
Partying my ass off, living it up. Now a producer, making films, hanging out and doing like The Wedding Singer and Ever After and Charlie's Angels, and just really wanting to like make the most of the opportunity and not screw it up, but just have the best time ever. Go to concerts, kiss boys, make out, like the best.
Yeah.
Dogs running around, friends up all night, work all day. The best. Oh, 25 was fun. Such good times. And then what's the next age?
35.
Very quiet and meditative, thinking that I would change all of my behavior in order to become a parent. And I met this man, and like life got really quiet and serious, not lacking in fun or beauty, but just like,
I refer to myself.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me.
I call myself.
Before we get into Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm gonna try to go back to Drew Barrymore. I love the way she broke down everything that she said. I really enjoy the fact that she's really getting herself together, and it seems like she's on the straight and narrow. You guys, you gotta listen. When we in this addiction, you have to want to get out. As long as you stuck in the same situation, as long as you thinking that you can do it next week, I can do it next month, I can do it next year. You don't have the focus. You're not dedicated. This addiction will kill you. One thing addiction wants to do, it wants you alone. It wants to control you, and it wants to kill you. That's it. That's it. It's not anything else you can get out of that addiction. It done already took everything that you possibly can love in life. The next thing it want to take from you is your life. You got to ask yourself, is my life more important? And I really hope that question is yes. I really hope that answer is yes. Excuse me. Now we finna get into Jamie Lee Curtis, you guys. She finna discuss her past addiction as well. So make sure you guys, make sure you get this video a thumbs up. Make sure you get this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new.
A dope fiend because I'm a dope fiend. This is the addiction issue, but I mean, there are lots of forms of addiction in the universe. I was in a good, stable marriage, writing books for children that were bestsellers. I was getting more and more work and more fame and attention and adulation. I got more as my addiction got worse, not less. My high bottom made that denial much more pervasive because it was all working. It's not working because if you are asking yourself, can I stop this? Then you're in a prison of your own mind. And I was in that prison even though I was fabulous and all the bullshit part of show-off business. I had been nursing a secret Vicodin addiction for a very long time, over 10 years. Not one person knew except a Brazilian healer woman. She had been staying with us. And this was December of 98. I make dinner and buy all the food, make the dinner, and wrap the presents, and doing all my thing at Christmas time. And she was staying with us. And I was in my kitchen, and I had a pocket full of Vicodin. I had a glass of wine on the counter. It was 5, it was Vic o'clock. I mean, it was just sort of like cocktail hour. And I pocketed 5 of them, put them in my mouth, took a swig of wine, and from behind me, I heard this. Jamie, I see you. I see you with your little pills. And you think you're so fabulous and so great. But the truth is you're dead.
Wow. Wow. You know what, you guys? Sometimes the truth is very much needed. Because a lot of times in our addiction, we think we be so slick, right? Right? We think we be so, I swear I think we be so slick. We think we manipulating everybody. We think we getting over. For the ones who trying to hide it. But it always comes out. It always. The ugly truth always reveals its face. It always comes out. Now we can tell ourselves all day long until we blue in the face that we don't have an addiction. But when your body is dependent on something every day and you know you got to have it, that's an addiction. That's an addiction. And I love the way she is breaking this down also.
You're a dead woman. That was a first big, shocking realization that someone saw it, that it wasn't secret, that no one knew. Now it's January 1999, and there was an article in Esquire magazine called Vicodin, My Vicodin, written by a man named Tom Chiarella. And in the article, he describes outing himself by writing the article, that by writing the article, he knew his doctors wouldn't give them to him. He knew that his wife and family were going to be on to him. He was outing himself for a secret that he'd been carrying. And that spoke to me probably louder than anything else. All of a sudden I went, oh, someone else is just like me. So by February, I went to a friend of mine, early February, and I went to a friend of mine, and we both had kids the same age, and I kind of like sidled up to her and kind of like, and finally, was able to say that I had a problem with Vicodin. And she looked at me and said, yeah, I know, me too. Isn't it amazing?
That's what we have to do a lot of times, you guys. We have to look ourselves in the mirror and just accept. We got to accept who we are. You got to accept that. In order to get yourself better, in order to understand your addiction, you have to be real with yourself. Man, look, I got a problem and I need help. I got a problem. I can't do this by myself. This addiction is too strong and I need help. That's what we got to do. That's what we have to do. In order to get ourselves right, you guys, we got to look at ourselves in the mirror and understand that we have a problem first. Now, all of this time going through our addiction, we've been thinking we okay, or we just doing it just to do it, or we just dependent on it. But we have a problem. We have to address the elephant in the room, in that we have a problem. And okay, now, after I address that, what's my next step? Seek help, seek treatment. Try to find some resources that can help you in your community or anywhere, online, AANA, residential. Try to find the help that can help you. A lot of times we can't do this on our own. This addiction is too strong, you guys. Let's start today.
And she gave me at that moment the number of a doctor who would write you script. Because prior to that, I didn't really get it from doctors. 5-finger discount, here and there. I had my ways. That night, when I woke up sometime between sleep and waking, I had a moment of clarity which saved my life, which is simply this. I imagined that she would die, and I would attend her funeral, and I would hug her children, and I would have blood on my hands. Or I would die, and she would attend my funeral, and she would hug my children with blood on her hands. And in that moment, I understood that it was going to kill me. And I called a friend of mine who was in recovery, an old colleague of mine, and I was terrified about being a public figure and walking into recovery centers and being around recovery, and I was terrified of it. And I said to my friend who was a long time in recovery, I said, is there any way somebody famous can meet me and go with me into a recovery room? and a woman called me, and I met her, somebody I'd never met, and she walked in with me, and I've been sober since that day. The beautiful part of being able to acknowledge your own illness, being an alcoholic, being a drug addict, to call yourself an alcoholic or a drug addict is a badge of honor, because the secret, the shameful secret, is the reason why it is such a pervasive illness in our industry, in every socioeconomic strata, in every country in the world. It is the secret shame that keeps people locked up in their disease. I'm sober today. Am I going to be sober for the rest of my life? I hope so. I'm going to do everything I can to be. But I'm saying I am an addict, and I am in recovery. And I work a hard, good program, and I pay a lot of attention to it, but it's a pernicious disease. I've broken ribs twice last year, and I had to take the very drug that I loved.
You guys, I just love the way she just broke that down. Hi, my name is Mr. Show Out TV, and I am an alcoholic. That feels good coming out of my mouth, because I know deep down what I had to do then. When I went into rehab, you guys, and I said that. When I went into rehab, I did not know what to expect, but I knew deep down in my soul, deep down in my body, that this was the right choice for me. It's my first time going in. I didn't know what to expect. But when I uttered those words, I knew it was like a relief. I had let everything that everybody was telling me about myself finally came out. And I was finally able to be free from that addiction. I was able to just yell it out and scream it. And that was a big relief off my chest. Because right after that, it was time to go to work. It was time to do the work. It was time to put it in. So that's what I'm begging you guys out there today. Begging you. Listen, if you need to do that, do it. Stop putting it on. Stop procrastinating. Stop thinking that tomorrow is promised to you, because it's not. Now, we've been doing all this messed up stuff to our bodies for so long. When is enough is enough? Your appearance is changing. You're losing weight. You're losing jobs. You're losing cars. You out there doing God knows what for the addiction. You're letting down all your morals and values to do these unthinkable things just to get high. The addiction is strong, but you gotta have the willpower. Your willpower have to be stronger. And I believe in you guys.
Required to take in order to be able to exist, but I did it in a very carefully, very prescribed, very monitored way with a lot of contact. And there was no secrecy. I wasn't hiding it. It was out. The bottle was on the counter. My husband was like, everybody knew. You know, that's a big change for me. But I mean, I'm an addict, so I'm in recovery. I'm not recovered, never will be, but I am working on it.
You guys, I hope you guys enjoyed Drews Barrymore and Jamie Lee Curtis as they talk their addiction. It's a lot of people is battling with addiction right now today. And I just want you guys to know I am rooting for you. I'm in recovery myself. This is a long-term thing. I cannot just be recovered in 3 years, in 2 years. It don't work like that. Every day I put one leg in my pants just like you guys do. And I get up. I open my eyes. I get up just like you guys. I have to have the willpower to maintain my sobriety each and every day. You have to be strong and you have to want it. I can talk to you all day long till you blue in the face about recovery and the benefits of how it is. But unless you want to listen to me, unless you want to hear it, you ain't gonna hear it. It's up to you. You have the choice. You have the choice to better yourself. Or you have the choice to just continue to do what you're doing. That's some real hard facts for your ass. Look, y'all guys, I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing over here on the Sober Gang Experience podcast. It ain't no reason to. We keep it real. Because one thing about it, you guys need to be known what's real. And what's real is that if you clicked on this video, maybe you have a problem. Or maybe you don't. And you know someone who do. Share this video with them. Let them watch this video. Because this video may very well save their life. Thank you guys for rocking out with me. Listen, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel on your way out and tap the notification bell for all videos so you can get notified whenever we drop new content on this platform. We're going to continue to rock out how we rock out. We're going to continue to motivate people in addiction each and every Monday and Tuesday. I do weekly uploads, you guys, and we go live Mondays and Tuesdays. So remember that. Set it on your calendar. Set it on your Google Calendar so you guys can be informed and be ready for when we drop new content. We're trying to inspire you guys in addiction, and we're trying to help those all around the world. Continue to remain sober and clean. And you gotta want to do it. You gotta want to do it. You gotta put it in the leg work. This stuff just don't happen out of nowhere, you guys. Thank you again for rocking out with Mr. Show Out TV. And I would love for you guys to take the time out right after this video to go check out some of my recent interviews and my panel discussion with people from all around the world. If you want to find me on Facebook, I'm on Facebook at Sober Gang Experience. I'm on Instagram, Sober Gang Experience, and also on TikTok, Sober Gang Experience. Everything Sober Gang. Till next time, peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there. See y'all on the next one. Yeah.
Welcome to Mr. Show Out TV Recovery and Addiction YouTube channel, where we hope to inspire those battling addiction. Please subscribe and like the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell to get notified whenever we broadcast. Thank you and enjoy the show. To support the channel, you can send donations to Cash App $Mr. Show Out TV. So please don't wait, subscribe now. Together we can help and give inspiration to millions of people.